Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So we are getting a pretty huge gap down today. Looks like I'm getting too bullish on this pullback. Looks like not I'm not on the same page with the market this time. Like I mean, when I'm doing the scans and checking the watch list, definitely I saw some signs of danger, from some stocks. uh I think quantums is one of them. Oh yeah, one of them. So after this failed breakouts and then got follow through to the downside and cannot find support at the weekly 9, I think they are pretty strong, weakness, a sign of weakness to me. Another one is BE, and yesterday it opens near the all-time highs. At the high of the previous candle, but we got a huge pretty strong rejection at the highs, like right after making the new highs, and then flush into the downside. Never got a strong bounce off the support. Uh, Also not looking that good, and some volume coming in, not very enormous, but you're still not a really good fan of this type of candle. And also some breakdown from the previous leaders, but yeah, a small amount of them, such as yeah, iron also haven't found any support after breaking down from the 9, and now it's below the weekly 21 as well. I think AXTI is one of them, like the previous really crazy, like up almost 7,000%. And this is the first pullback. Like, this is the first time it loses the 50, and now it's coming into the 150, which could be the first support level that it could find. But now, like, it spends a little bit more and more time below the 50 EMA, and also like the 21 EMA. Yeah, but it can definitely, like, still possible, like, going both ways. It's like it's only going sideways, and like uh too early to tell. But yeah, this is some signs of a weakness, and but still I'm not be like gonna sell all my positions right now, or like getting into shorts, which I don't like doing that. And on the other hand, like, the market is still at the support level. They're still hanging around, although like it's looking pretty ugly, and like there's some cracks amongst different corners in the market. But I like spies at the 50 EMA, a gap down into the 50 EMA. I I don't know. Maybe I'm too early, and today would be the day for finding support uh, at the 9 weekly, and also like IWM is still at the highs. It's still well above the 9 EMA, not even at the 21. I just uh, I just couldn't be bearish when the IWM is like trending steadily up. Letting the new positions to get stopped out. Yes, if I get stopped out, I got stopped out. no second guessing, and no ego. Like, don't try to prove yourself right when the market tells you you're not. And like, if you're just like GFS is gapping down below my stops, and if you're trying to wait and wait and wait, um, generally it is going to lead to a larger loss. And AMAT is looking a little bit starting to accelerate a little bit, and huge volume yesterday, but um yeah, it's still too early to say, and it's like the volume is not like double from the previous previous days. Like it's almost doubles, but like it's, if it's a really parabolic um volume expansion, it should be like maybe 15 billion or even 20 billion day dollar volume would be more significant. Uh, yeah, but the price is a little bit getting a little bit extended, but it's just a little bit. We'll see, and I would be really like upset if the market found support today, uh, because like if it's really finding support and I am doing all the trades that I'm buying too early and get stopped out um, before it's really bouncing off the lows, then yeah, that would be really sad. But what I'm trying to do right now is definitely not panic selling and trying to wait. I think yeah, probably I don't know, no trades today, or yeah, but definitely gonna slow down a little bit, and let's see how it goes. I think if Corning really did like printing a huge red candle, uh, I don't know, maybe the 60-minute 50 EMA, like it really like go all the way down back to 200 area. I would think that would be there will be the writings on the wall. I think, like a failed breakout with a huge volume when it comes down again. AOI is back into the weekly 21 and the previous highs of the base. If I if I'm not like getting too many losing trades in the previous days, in this few days, in the past few days, maybe I'm gonna try the like buying off the lows at this type of weekly support structure, but definitely not what I would like to try right now. And we can come back and see how like where could AOI find support like to help get a sense of like buying on the weekly charts. I'm gonna give a little try on net today. The cybersecurity sector as a whole is doing pretty well during this correction. So it looks like we are getting a bounce. And a lot of the names are finding support just now. But at the same time, a lot of them is running into the declining 9. Um, Therefore, I think gonna be, I'm not gonna do very aggressive buys. Although the market seems like it's finding support for now. When flash and netted, will only will be the only two trades that I'm going to take today. And yeah, although you can avoid trading, you can like sitting out on this type of reversal days, like below the 9 and 21 EMA. You can definitely sit out and wait for the general market to show the confirmation, like maybe the 60-minute reclaim of the 9 EMA, or even waiting for the breakout of the daily 9 and 21. But on this type of down days, and especially opening red and bouncing higher intraday, it's great to look for the stocks with relative strength. At these days is it's very important for you to spot the next the leaders of the next leg up. Riot looks pretty strong today. I think a lot of the data center name, and Hut is also Hut is fine. Definitely BB after yesterday's gap up. I think the EP earnings day having followed through to the upside. That's really impressive. When the market is near the 50 EMA, BB is at the all-time highs. But this is really hard to catch this type of moves because the market is too weak and you really need to buy it. Yeah, maybe today it could be actually a buy too, but it will be like um I don't know, like it's just based off the 15-minute 50 EMA. But I mean, if you really would like to get in into this stock, this type of stocks, I think this type of entries are the only one you get. The dog is reclaiming the 9 and 21. Nokia looks pretty bad. Like at the weekly 9 at the weekly 9 after a huge 150% move. If we can see like undercut and reclaim in of the previous lows and the 50 EMA, that would be great. But if we see continuous follow through on the downside, then maybe we need a little bit of we need to be a little bit more careful. This MXL also looks pretty decent, going sideways during the recent pullback above all the EMAs. Relative strength, and you're doing quite well. Like I mean, if you're deciding what to buy after like when the market really regain the strength and find support, I think like BE is definitely not the one that I would like to focus on right now, unless it could somehow regain the grounds and get back above the 9 EMA today. I think that would be highly unlikely. But let's say if this is gonna be the close of the day, you mean like this MXL versus BE, you know which one you're gonna take. Ooh, mRNA. Really clean breakouts today. Would you consider QNT if the quantum name starts bouncing? Yeah, I think I will. Yeah, I think I will, and I think this is a really good one, and it's doing so strong compared to its peers. And yesterday or like today, near the open could be also uh, pullback buy off the lows. Maybe use a 1 minute breakout, but it's yeah, a little bit illiquid on the yeah, a little bit illiquid to trade, although it is a 40 billion market cap stock. Anything you could have done better this week? Yeah, looking back, I think buying off the lows on Wednesday is really a little bit too early. Could have prevented it. Like I at around 711 level. I think around here. Yeah, because it's a little bit, we still get a little bit of room into the 50 EMA on the daily chart and like the 9 EMA on the weekly. So yeah, I think buying off the lows here could be prevented. Yesterday, I think it was fine, although like I got stopped out from many positions. But yesterday, I actually think it's a really high risk reward play off the lows. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out that well, and I think yesterday is if I can take the trade again, I think I'm still going to take them. But on Wednesday that one could be prevented. That could be skipped. Yeah, Wednesday is a little bit too early. IBKR hasn't filled my stop order on net just yet. Got filled right after I pointing it out. Yeah, net the stop is really tight. I think I'm only risking like 0.1 to 0.15% portfolio on these two buys, so it's then I'm not going crazy like on taking the risk on this type of trades. Do you think you traded better this year so far in comparison to last year? Do you achieve your goals of holding winners longer? And did that fulfill your P&L goals? Yes, I do think I traded a bit better this year, especially on holding my winners. Although I still like selling a lot of the leaders very early, like ARM and Marfel. I consider myself like improved quite a lot on holding into the first leg up, and also I don't know like how it's gonna end up, like MU or maybe like Scyther. I didn't sell it off the lows today. I'm still using my stop, respecting my stop, using my stop to guide me during the pullback. Yeah, I think holding onto the winners, I did it. I did it pretty well. I think I improved quite a lot this year, and probably also I think one of the biggest improvement that I've made. I don't have any P&L goals actually, and uh I believe you should focus on your trades and trades only. Like the P&L is just a byproduct from your trades. If you can take good care of your trades, the money would follow. Yesterday you said you want to see nets to get above the declining 9 and 21 daily first. What causes you to change your mind today? Yeah. I think the major reason is definitely the general weakness of the market. So many of the names are gapping down, and it's down maybe like 2, 3, 4% at the open, and net is doing quite well off the lows after like in the first 15-30 minutes when the market, like when the kills is still down around 1%, net is around break even. And I mean, if the market can continues bouncing higher, really find the support, really print the low right at the weekly 9 EMA in the open this morning, probably net is going to like follow through with the general market strength. If the market's really starting to improve, and maybe going into the 720 area. So looks like I'm wrong of buying it early. Maybe I should really wait. But it's I mean it's really hard to like it's always trading in hindsight. Like if this one successfully breaks out, then I mean it's all about probability, and I understand that could be will be a higher chance of being stopped out because of buying it below the 9 and 21. So therefore I really set my stop tight enough. Like if I'm wrong, I'm just losing a really tiny amount, and then really trying to like reducing my risk to offset the high chance of failing. But maybe I should just just let it go and avoid trading it. I struggle with taking profits so much. I have had over 5-hour positions turn on me. So keen to figure that out. Martin, be good to know if you ever move stops to break even or not. Um, I think recently I've been moving my stop to break even less and less less and less often. I take the loss, or I just going to let it do its own thing. And for a 5-hour positions, like losing a 5-hour profits, like maybe going a round trip, I mean it really depends. For example, if you are like starting the year, you're flat in the year, or you're just it's only the first few positions that you take after after your equity curve drawdown, like after you have pull back, you have a 15% drawdown from your peak equity, and you are a trader that maybe a little bit in your equity curve. Like they are all factors affecting you whether you should like take your profits, like trim your profits on the way up. And yeah, it really depends. In my opinion, if you're buying the position maybe off the lows um, around here or somewhere, I think if you're buying it at the near the height above the 9 EMA right around here, then you got stopped out after a few days after the market gap down. Then I think it's acceptable. I think it's I for me I'm still holding my full position on Cypher after being up 25%, and now it's almost hit my stop today. I'm still holding the full position, and I think I think it's better to hold rather than selling it into strength after a pullback, after a correction, after a consolidation. And it's a pretty I would say solid consolidation. So it is a pullback into the 50 EMA. It's not into the 9 EMA or maybe the 21 EMA. A pullback into the 50 EMA, I consider it as a solid pullback and good setup for it for the next, I don't know, like a longer uptrend compared to a pullback into the 9 or 21 EMA. So I think on the other hand, if I'm buying off the 9 EMA around here, or even like near the highs, then I will be more leaning towards selling more into strength, and because you have a higher chance for a deep pullback, like for like a pullback into the 21 or the 50 EMA. Why do you think the market will have a higher chance of a leg up higher than a choppy market? Uh, I think we could also have a pretty high chance of getting a choppy market, actually. Yeah, I don't quite like some of the semi or the AI names breaking down from the previous lows or the support levels. NVT rejected by the 21 EMA. This AMKR is also breaking down from the previous lows. I don't know. This candle is really ugly. It just doesn't look right. We also get some gap downs into the and the ugly weekly candle as well. Try to push higher. Like looks like a strong breakout, and then we got a gap down into the 50 EMA. The software actually looks pretty strong today. IBM looks pretty strong today. So I think it's not worth the time of spending in front of the screen today. And I think I would keep monitoring Corning. I think I would treat Corning as my anchor on the market strength. Yeah, I think pretty diverse right now across the market, and really hard to say which way the market would like to go. Best thing we should do is maybe just be a little bit patient and let the market tells us. And the worst thing it could happen is a chop. I really don't want to chop a sideways market like maybe November last year to December last year. It would be a nightmare. So yeah, I think that's the end of today's stream. And yeah, stay safe, and looks like we're getting some weakness over here. So thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you in the next one.